What's up, maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are talking AEW Dynamite. We are a couple weeks out from Full Gear, and my God, the card is looking amazing. And it was a really good show. This is the first time in a long time where AEW and NXT on the same night have both been very, very good shows. AEW been consistently good, truth be told. NXT have just kind of caught up this past week. But we are going to talk about everything AEW that happened on the show, on Dynamite this week, coming up right now. Guys, I need you to do one thing for me. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. This is the channel where I do WWE and AEW reviews. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are into that sort of thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite. The show opened up with a world title eliminator tournament match. It was the beginning of the semifinals. We had Wardlow taking on Adam Page. Very physical encounter, as you can imagine, by these two men. And I'm going to just say it now. People have been saying it gradually. I have been seeing it as being said online. Wardlow is becoming a very good wrestler. I'm very impressed in recent weeks. I think we saw him last week against Jungle Boy Jack Perry in the first round world title eliminator tournament. And we saw him against Adam Page. And I think we all knew Adam Page was going to win this match. It was just going to be about the level of performance that was put on. He didn't get to pull off his F10. This spinning, that move is absolutely crazy every time he does it. He didn't get to pull it off. Adam Page was very good despite facing the bigger man. Although Adam Page is the big guy himself. It took 2 lariats from Adam Page to put Wardlow away. And like I say, Adam Page goes on to the final. I think we all know who his competitor in the final was going to be long before Dynamite took place. But yeah, Adam Page is in the final. Wardlow with a fantastic performance. And we even saw a few more seeds being planted for a possible eventual split from NJF. Wardlow is going to be a really good competitor on his own. I guess the only thing we have left to kind of see on that front is character development. What's he like on the mic and stuff like that. But Wardlow, really, really good performance. This was a very good match between himself and Hangman Adam Page. Next on the show, we had another match. This is building towards the AEW title match itself. That's going to be at Full Gear. This was Eddie Kingston versus Matt Seidel. And this was very much, you can call it a warm-up match, I guess. Eddie Kingston needed to get a win here to really just reaffirm that he is the challenger worthy of taking on Jon Moxley. And we saw a few new things from Matt Seidel, of all people. You know, he's beginning to, for those of you that don't watch Dark, I've watched it in a couple last weeks, and that's why I know he's beginning to start put submissions into his offense. And he showed that different side of him in this particular match. But Eddie Kingston, in his brawler, at his brawler best, should I say, really strong performance throughout. In the end, he won with, I think they're calling it the dog collar chokehold that Jon Moxley has recently been winning a lot of matches with. Eddie Kingston cut a promo before, was it after as well, the match? Took a couple jibes at Lance Archer, who was in the crowd. So it's going to be interesting after Eddie Kingston loses to Jon Moxley, because he is going to lose to Jon Moxley at Full Gear. I think we all know that. Is Lance Archer going to get involved with Eddie Kingston? That'll be very interesting. At the same time, the Full Gear match is supposed to be an I Quit match. So is someone losing their job here? I'll be interested to see the outcome of that match when it happens. But yeah, like I say, really decent match we got between Eddie Kingston and Matt Seidel. Wasn't bad at all. We had a segment where Excalibur was sitting down with the Young Bucks and also talking to FTR, which were not at the same location, but yeah. And Excalibur was asking the Young Bucks, about the change in attitude and their motivations for this match and all kinds of things. And all the usual things were said by the Young Bucks and as well by FTR, saying that this is the dream match everyone's been waiting for maybe about 5 years now. However, for them, it's just a regular business. They're gonna go out there, defend their championships with honor because they are the best tag team in the world. All the usual chat, and eventually FTR felt that Excalibur was asking the Young Bucks a lot of questions, wasn't really speaking to FTR themselves. So FTR left. They left the interview. And Excalibur was left talking to the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks went on to kind of say, the stakes are so high for us to win this match and to perform well in this match that if we do not win the AEW World Tag Team Championships at Full Gear, then we will never challenge for them again. Very much the same kind of stipulation that Cody set himself up with when he took on Chris Jericho, I believe, for the AEW Championship. If I do not win it here in the match, said the Young Bucks, then that is it. We won't challenge for them again. So gonna very, very interesting. I mean, I didn't think the Young Bucks were gonna win at Full Gear. Now that that's the stipulation, will they win? Who knows? The tag team belts can be passed around more freely. I know Kenny Omega and Adam Page had a very long reign. And I think FTR have maybe had it for 2 months now, maybe something like that. So they are the belts that can be kind of passed around a lot more freely. But yeah, Young Bucks have put a massive clause into this match. So that's going to bring some massive attention to it, really. Can't wait to see how that's going to go down at Full Gear. So next up, can't get my words out. Sorry. We had the Inner Circle Town Hall meeting. Before we get on to that, guys, if you're enjoying the review so far, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, give us a like. It does wonders for this channel, WrestleManiac UK. And I thoroughly appreciate it. So please make sure, if you haven't already, smash the like button. We had the Inner Circle Town Hall meeting where Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle were in one corner and basically MJF were in another corner. And they were taking questions from the crowd about why MJF should join the Inner Circle, what he can bring to the Inner Circle, I think was a question that was bandied around a lot. If Chris Jericho is aware of MJF's history as a traitor, basically. A lot of questions were being kind of thrown their way. We had a particular segment where Eric Bischoff was back again, as his song goes. And he asked Chris Jericho a question. He kind of name called in the middle of the question. And Chris Jericho got quite frustrated and was interrupting Eric Bischoff. Tony Schiavone told Chris Jericho to shut up, which was really funny. Brought a big pop from the crowd. But yeah, at the end of the segment, it ended with Chris Jericho basically saying, listen, MJF, the one thing you haven't done is beaten me. I'll give you opportunity to at Full Gear. And if you beat me, then you can join the Inner Circle. I was going to say the Full Circle. Bloody hell. You can join the Inner Circle if you beat me. In the meantime, next week, we're going to get Ortiz and Sammy Guevara against MJF and Wardlow. Sammy Guevara and Ortiz don't want MJF anywhere near the Inner Circle. So they said basically you're not going to make it to Full Gear. So we will see. It was a very entertaining segment, as these guys would always bring. For me personally, I enjoyed this more than the was it Dinner Debonair they done last week. I just felt they're talkers, this is what they do best. So for me, it was more enjoyable. But yeah, MJF versus Chris Jericho. What do you guys think? Is MJF actually going to join the Inner Circle? Put your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I think, you know, if he is to join, maybe this is in the grand scheme of things, this is to destroy it from within. Is he going to try and overtake Chris Jericho as the leader of the Inner Circle? I don't know quite what to think, but there is a possibility MJF joins here. You know, it'll add a different dynamic. So, like I said, put down below in the comments what you think is going to happen at Full Gear. Is MJF going to get one over Chris Jericho or not? Next up, we had the Lumberjack match for the TNT Championship. Cody versus Orange Cassidy. And I guess the Lumberjacks were needed because I think Dark Order had said that they were going to get involved in this match to attack Orange Cassidy. So it was a good match. I think it was a good match. I did enjoy the match last week better, or 2 weeks ago, the TNT Championship match between these two, the 20-minute draw. I just thought, you know, either just have the TNT Championship match. The whole thing with the Dark Order getting involved, I think, was a bit of a distraction and not really needed here. I guess the big spot was the superplex that happened from the top rope to the outside on top of all the men, on top of all the Lumberjacks. If you haven't seen that, I've posted it on my Instagram. So head over there, WrestleManiac.uk, to see all the clips and stuff from the show. But yeah, I think it was an okay match. You know, it ended in a bit of a shoddy way. John Silver came in and gave a pump kick to Orange Cassidy. Referee didn't see it. And then as Orange Cassidy fell over towards the ropes, Arn Anderson gave Orange Cassidy a jab, I believe, before we saw Cody pin and retain. So yeah, it is a bit of a funny finish. We are getting John Silver versus Orange Cassidy on the buy-in of Full Gear, which I can't wait for. That's going to be so much fun. But yeah, wasn't the greatest match in my opinion, but Cody is still the TNT champion. Next up, we have the new NWA Women's Champion, Serena Deeb, taking on Leila Hirsch. I think you pronounce her name. This was a pretty good showcase for Serena, the new champion, and AEW signee as well. I just think that everyone's kind of more interested at this point in the future of Thunder Rosa, you know. And rumors is that she is more likely to head to WWE than to AEW, which I think is absolutely crazy. You know, I thought the whole point of Serena becoming NWA champion was to maybe involve Thunder Rosa as a full-time, you know, get her signed to AEW and to involve her more, and maybe let Serena do the back and forth between NWA and AEW. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I guess we're still going to see this story develop, but Serena, very good wrestler. You know, she's a trainer as well. And I knew, you know, it was obvious she was going to win. This is just to kind of reintroduce her to the crowd, I guess, on the TV show, on the mainstream TV, and build her up, start building her up as a credible champion. So I guess he did what he needed to do. The match wasn't really entertaining or anything like that. I think one thing that really frustrated me was that, you know, while this was going on, I'm asking, where is the actual AEW Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida? Why is she not being featured? And then we had a segment afterwards. She was featured and it was just a bit pathetic. She was backstage with Alex Marvez and he said, you know, Nyla is the number one contender, but she said she's not going to have a match with you until, you know, you lay out the challenge. And Hikaru Shida basically took the mic and said, all right, here's the challenge. Nyla Rose, Shida, Full Gear for the AEW Women's Championship. And that was it. That was the build to the match. Like, AEW really need to get it together with this women's division, man. And this is why it's even more frightening when the likes of Thunder Rosa, that has wrestled in the company, that has said, I want to wrestle for AEW, it doesn't look like they can sign her full time. I don't know. They need something. They need something. Seriously, they need something. And it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon, to be completely honest. Next up, we had a squash match, if I've ever seen one. VSK versus Sean Spears. Sean Spears, long time haven't seen him on Dynamite. He came to the ring and literally picked up VSK and delivered the C4, his finisher, and pinned VSK, and the match was done. There was somebody in the crowd dressed as a buffalo, I believe, throwing sweets and kind of taunting and jeering towards Sean Spears. Sean Spears dragged this buffalo into the ring, and as he turned around to put on his black glove, it turned out that the person in the buffalo suit was Scorpio Sky. Good to see Scorpio Sky back on Dynamite as well. Scorpio Sky, I think, dropped Sean Spears with his finisher and stood tall. So maybe we are going to get their match on the buy-in for Full Gear, or maybe they'll have it on Dynamite next week. Who knows? But both men getting a bit of TV time on Dynamite, always good. Last but not least, we had the World Title Eliminator second semi-final match between Penta El Zero and Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega's entrances just keep getting better and better, man. I'm really enjoying this slow turn, it seems, towards the cleaner. Brilliant stuff. You just knew when these two men get in the ring, it was just going to be brilliant. And Kenny Omega came out basically taunting the Lucha Brothers, especially Rey Fenix, because he was wearing a t-shirt, and I was thinking Kenny doesn't usually wrestle in a t-shirt until, you know, it shows that he's taken the opponent for granted and he takes off the t-shirt. This time, the t-shirt was actually hiding the AAA Mega Championship that Kenny beat Rey Fenix for. So yeah, a bit of testing the Lucha Brothers. Took off the Mega Championship, and then the match really kind of got started. And what didn't we see? V triggers galore. We saw a Canadian Destroyer by Penta to the outside. And yeah, you just have to go and watch it. There's nothing more I can say. It was one of those kind of breathtaking matches that you just can't take your eyes away from. Great action throughout. And in the end, Kenny Omega won with a one-winged angel. Kenny Omega ending the show, talking smack to the camera. I don't think you could really hear much of what he was saying, but I was thinking, God, this is probably one of the first times throughout Dynamite Kenny Omega as a main eventer has ended a show on Dynamite. I know he's probably had he had a match with Moxley on the pay-per-view, I think that was, but this is where Kenny Omega needs to be. You know, I don't know who needs to hear it, but this is where he needs to be. And it looks like, you know, truth be told, this is where they're putting him. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page in the finals of the World Title Eliminator Tournament at Full Gear. This is what we signed up for. Yes, I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what this match is going to look like. And who's going to come out on top. I think the favorite is Kenny. Guys, put below in the comments who you think is going to come out on top, Kenny Omega or Adam Page. I think the favorite is probably Kenny. And Adam Page beats Kenny later on, you know, in a year's time or so for the title, because I think Kenny Omega is going to probably take the championship off Moxley. But this is what we've been waiting for. Kenny Omega's ascent to the top of the card and to the top of AEW. And we are definitely looking like we're going to get it. Full Gear is looking amazing. The card looks amazing, and I can't wait for it. We still got one more week to wait. It's on the 7th of November. So, guys, stick around and make sure you come back to this channel next week for the review of AEW Dynamite on the road to Full Gear. And I think I will be doing a prediction show. So tune in for that also. Guys, that is my AEW Dynamite review. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, please put down in the comments, who do you think is going to win, Kenny Omega or Adam Page? Who's going to take on Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship later on down the line? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't already, please smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.